Okay, that's quite enough of that. No, you're still getting it. I'm sorry, I can't let you escape. Yo, 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 phone shizzle and so forth. It's time for yet another edition of the one and only Rapping the Forums. Sadly, people have asked for it live again. Why? Someone explain to me why anyone would like this kind of thing. I don't understand. I'm going to do it once more for you, and that is it. Honest. Ugh. Seriously, I swear. You people are going to be the death of me. Post it in the forum. It's called Warhammer the WoW Killer. Oh, God. Whistle 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Warhammer the WoW Killer. Better quest, better PvP. No more grinding. Quick, we need a PvE care. Better priest as well as say AP. So you can do the quest. That requires you to kill another 10 of the other faction's players. Or you can do one of seldom berry digging collection quests spent throughout the Outland. Tough choice there. WoW equals winning a Warhammer. We've heard it enough already. This is a new and original topic. Someone out there cares, I promise. Yeah. Make sure to eat all your cereal, okay? Did you get enough sleep last night? You know your little kids need to get a full night's rest to make you cranky, whiny little posts. But no one cares about Warhammer has not been played yet by anyone on the forum. Therefore, there is no proof that it is actually better. Plus, it's made by EA. This is a new and original topic. Well, I'll tell you, this thing kills me. Well, honestly, yeah, it may well have been played by the paid marketing astroturfers who make these posters, not by the blind followers. Also, EA sucks and the MMO, they touch withers and dies. You realise that the game hasn't even been released yet, and most of that has been said by the developers. So, of course, they're going to say the game is better than WoW. It's all about hype. If you want a different opinion, check out all the MMORPG games that always released before Warhammer. Hard to say, but I hope War gives them some competition when MMOs compete the gamer wins. And right, now, there is no one who can touch WoW, so then they'll make an error and bill 80,000 of their customers, but forget to activate the credit and lock them out of the game all week, and they just don't give a beep. They don't have to. I make an angry post or two, but I'm not gonna quit. The posters who say they will quit, ... and a dot won't either. Bliss has no competition, so they don't have to run a tight ship. Hell, they don't even have to any work weekends. Actually, some of us have been playing the game this week, and yes, it far surpasses WoW. Now go along and farm your moats while you make out with the other faction. That's the people said about the same thing about Vanguard. Why don't you look up and see what happened to that MMO? Maybe you are too uneducated on this to do research. QFT, listen, if it takes players off Famine so I don't have to wait in the 600-person queues on Sunday nights. If I lose connection for some reason, I'm happy. Personally, I prefer the more cartoony style graphics of WoW. I'll try Warhammer, but I doubt I'll leave WoW for it. Now make an online game of Warhammer 40k. That'd be an MMORPG I drop WoW for. I stopped reading here. I see what I did there. OMG Nerdhammer will kill WoW, and I care why. It's not like WoW is really gonna die and be shut down. People still play EverQuest, and years from now, people still playing WoW. I'll reserve judgment until the game actually comes out, so I don't have Indian cheese. After spending the last 2 years hyping a game that may end up being pretty shitty, speaking of which, do you think EQ2 got threads on the forums? Like, WoW is the EQ2 killer. Well, the OP was an obnoxious ass. I agree and disagree. There will be some like me who have been playing this game for so long and are just sick and tired of all the crap Blitz keeps creating feed us. So yes, I will be playing War, but in no way will it kill WoW. It will only reduce the numbers. P.S. The fanboys in this place are hilarious. This chart is retired. Anyone that posts that Warhammer is an EA game is sorely mistaken and doesn't have the facts straight. EA bought Mythic, while Warhammer was already more than halfway done, with both the Greenskin Dwarf pairing and the Order Chaos pairing completed and most of the game well finished out. Also, anyone that pairs says that these posters are paid AstroTurfers as a horror conspiracy theorist because it assumes that there are people who are not fed up with WoW in its current state, which even the most jaded WoW player will admit he's heard complaints from somewhere. Also, the Cause Beta is live right now and doesn't need many players. And since WoW has over 8 million subscribers, it's foolish to think they are not a single one of this beta at the moment, and less foolish, but still foolish nonetheless, to think that they aren't posting that they are in and their opinion so far, which is all they can really say about it, thanks to an NDA. The pain and suffering, I am never doing that again. Absolutely not doing that again. No matter how much you beg me with your hundreds and hundreds of evil emails, you have no concern for my life. Arrgh. Yeah, leave it to Captain Dan, please, for the love of God. You're listening to Blue Please here on WoW Radio with myself, Tall Biscuit. I have 14 minutes left of this show. No, actually, that's incorrect. 13 minutes of the show, which is just enough time for... Second wind! Yes, again. The end of the show is always second wind. It allows continuity. We love the continuity. Nobody hates the continuity. Everybody loves the continuity between show to show, going from topic to topic. It's quite hypnotic. I've got to fall sideways. Breathing. Possibly not passing out now. Right. Second wind topic for, of course, this week will be something a little bit interesting. Now, over the past 2 days, I've been playing quite a lot of WoW. This is always a good thing, of course. I haven't been playing a lot much since my guild collapsed, but I thought, let me follow my own advice. There always has to be something ahead of you in order for you to attempt to get there. So I set myself a challenge. I set myself a goal. I thought, okay, fine, I can't raid. So let me go by my preaching that there is casual content in this game. It is here and ready to be played. So, let's go do the casual content. So, I start doing daily quests. Okay, they're cool. You know, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. And I thought, well, this is okay, but I'm going to get bored of this eventually by just doing this again. So, let's set myself a bigger challenge. Let me improve my character. I've always said that WoW is about character progression. So, let me progress my character by dropping herbalism. Yes, dropping herbalism. 375 herbalism down the tube. All gone and disappeared. Now, what have I got? Tailoring. Sitting now at 355 tailoring after 2 days of work on it. Expensive hobby. I will tell them that. My God, is it an expensive hobby, but I am getting there. And what's the aim? Well, the aim is, of course, for me to acquire Spellfire. Because Spellfire is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I was even going to try and cover it in today's show, but I've done way too much on PvP today, so it'll be next show's topic, no doubt, will involve Spellfire and crafting balance. However, I'm making my Spellfire because, let's face it, it's kind of fun. I like going through all of the tailoring quests and doing all of this stuff, and then discovering, of course, the 2 Angered Nether Raids come out and kill me when I attempt to do that quest. So, of course, I went into Area 52 and did it next to an Ogre Bruiser, who did a very good job of beating the living snot out of said Nether Wraith for me, and I nabbed the loot. Lol. Right. Now, that brings me on to the next point. And the point of this week's second wind. And that is this. I've been using the auction house quite a lot, as you may have imagined. I've been using it to sell all of the enchanting material that I'm getting from disenchanting, all of this cool stuff that I'm making with tailoring. I've also been using it to acquire vast amounts of cloth and the reagents that I need to advance my tailoring further. Because I don't really like grinding cloth. I think it is made entirely of fail. And while I did go and do it down in Tanaris for a little while with the Mage Weave, and I went and AoE Dead Mines a few times for wool, it is made of fail. So, I just buy it. Now, here's the issue. The auction house is, of course, the place that I have been acquiring all of these items from. Now, it occurs to me that the auction house is actually really rubbish. Yeah? Really rubbish. Why is it rubbish? Have a look at how eBay works. Yeah? eBay manages to maintain a stable economic market with a value on particular items that tends to be quite similar. Let me prove my point, shall I? Let's go to ebay.com. Now let's look for a game. Let's say look for, I don't know, Gears of War on the 360. Gears of War. Let's go on eBay and look for Gears of War. And let's have a look at the values of Gears of War. Okay? Gears of War, here we go. Right. Gears of War. We're looking at bidding values of around $25. Huh? That's bidding values of around $25 pre-owned, yeah? And brand new, you're looking at between about 35 and 37. Yeah? That's not too bad. That is not too bad at all. In the sense that the prices are quite similar. They are quite similar. Now, go and have a look on your average auction house and see the ridiculous prices of legacy enchanting materials. For instance, Greater Nether Essence. Something I had been selling because I'd been getting quite a lot of it from disenchanting rune cloth stuff. It's getting me a lot of Nether Essence, so I said, right, okay, let's go and do this. Now, when I put these on the market, Greater Nether Essence were worth 15 gold each. 30 minutes later, they were worth 2 gold each. Why? Therein lies the problem. Why? Why are they worth this much? Now, where does eBay succeed in results of keeping a relatively stable market for a given product? How does it manage? Because, well, it's relatively similar. You know, you can set up buyout prices and all this cool stuff, and it can set times. Why does it manage to keep a maintainable market value for an item, whereas WoW doesn't? Well, there's a vast number of reasons. Yeah? For instance, you don't go out and farm Gears of War. You don't go out and farm multiple copies of Gears of War in order to sell. Now, if you, of course, were to flood the market with Gears, yeah? And there wasn't so much of a demand for it, the price naturally will collapse. Yeah, the bottom falls out of the market. And, of course, you can go the other way round. If there is a high demand but no supply, then the price goes up. Yeah? Now, Gears of War is, of course, readily available. It is a real-world product that is available in every store. Now, how do we compare that to stuff like Greater Nether Essence, for instance? Greater Nether Essence is readily available in the sense that if people go out of their way to create it, they will get it. Yeah? So you need to disenchant something in order to get Greater Nether. Now, here's the problem. Of course, Greater Nether Essence being a legacy enchanting material, people seem to have forgotten what things are worth. Now, with eBay, you will generally find that that doesn't happen. People don't forget what things are worth. You know, the value will gradually decline as the game gets older and older, and possibly spike up again if it ever gets rare. You know, the supply and demand thing. But what you will find is that specifically, eBay has one thing which allows people to maintain the value of a certain product. Bidding. People have in their minds an idea of what things are worth. They will bid up to a certain amount. And what you'll generally find is that groups of people have a similar idea as to what things are worth, and they will bid up, and by the time an auction ends, you'll find the auction will end at around the same value as the last one did. This copy of Gears of War will sell for about the same cost as the last copy of Gears of War, and so on and so forth. Now, with stuff like Greater Nether Essence, stuff like that on the AH, consumable stuff, what you will find is that the demand very much changes, very, very rapidly. Not only that, but it's based entirely on buyout. Buyout. Bidding is there, but the system sucks. I mean, it is horrible. Why is it horrible? Well, to start with, if you get outbid, you have to run back to an auction house in order to make a bid. For anyone that's not a mage, that is a pain. It's even a pain for me as a mage. I don't want to do that. I don't want to interrupt my grind in order to go and place another bid. I can't do it remotely. I can't proxy bid. I can't set it so that, like on eBay, I could bid £2 for an item, but my maximum bid is 10. Therefore, it will bid all the way up to 10 until someone bids more than 10. Yeah? I don't have to touch it. That if that's the maximum amount I'm willing to pay and someone goes higher, then I have to make the manual decision to bid more. In WoW, that's not the case. You have no way of proxy bidding. You have no way of making easy bids. You have to go back to the auction house. And no wonder people don't want bidding. If buyout is there, and again, buyout doesn't cost you anything. On eBay, buyout costs you something, yeah? It is an optional feature. I don't always have it. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. I prefer to leave it to bid and see what people make of it. Out in World of Warcraft, in the auction house, that's not how it works. You can buy something out even if it's already been bid on. That doesn't happen in eBay. And once you've bid on something which has a buyout value, that's it. The buyout disappears, you can't buy it out. And there are so many other features that make eBay a better auction place than the WoW auction house. Now, of course, you're going to say, well, why are you even making this comparison? Because, of course, eBay is a professional auction site. Well, the problem with the auction house is that the auction house very much regulates the way the economy works. It regulates values. Now, the auction house can be easily fixed as regards to the values being manipulated. And by fixed, I don't mean fixed as in this is now broken and I'm fixing it. I mean fixing a value. Something along the lines of a cartel price fixing can be done using the auction house. And some will argue that, of course, this is a gameplay feature. Others will argue that it is not helpful. If you want a decent economy in WoW, that's not going to work. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave you with that very, very small amount of information on the auction house, and I'm going to let you draw your own conclusions. Over the next 2 weeks, yes, you have 2 weeks for this one, because, of course, there will not be a Blue Please next week. 2 weeks, I want you to redesign the auction house from the ground up. Identify the problems. If you think you have any grasp of economics, then by all means bring economics into the equation, because this is all about economics. It's all about gameplay mechanics and economics, and how the impact of economics can impact gameplay, and how, blah, blah. It's very synergistic. They both impact each other quite violently at times. How do you fix it? Email themurloc@gmail.com. You've got 2 weeks to do this. Email themurloc@gmail.com, and I want you to fix the auction house. I have 2 minutes left for shoutouts before Octail and Hordak versus the world. And that is exactly what I am going to do right now. Shoutouts to me, themurloc@gmail.com, themurloc@gmail.com. Go right now. You know you want to. Email themurloc@gmail.com or PM me on IRC. You've got about 1.5 minutes to get your shoutouts to me. Again, I must remind you, the Four Horsemen event. Nihilum, Forte, Death and Taxes, and Method on the same show. Roundtable debate between the gods of endgame raiding, coming soon, July the 1st, only on WoW Radio. Look for more information on wcradio.com. Right, shout-outs going out to all the Horde and Steamwheel Cartel EU, especially Org Mothgrum for getting her Defiler Tabard, and Druge and Autumn Rain for being great Blood Elves and some Snorky Yorkie level 63 Orc Warrior. Let's have a look at this about shout-outs. Yo, I'd like to give a shout-out to Steamwheel Cartel and the RPers, and Total Biscuit, I'd totally be your Murloc wife. Okay, I'm really scared of you right now. Monty Wart, the Pimp and Gnome. That is foul and horrible. Shout out to me for being a pirate, Yars from Uber Nuber. Varnick on Nagrandi, you want to shout? Can I get a shout out to my brother Elfwing for getting me a time card? That is from Zephyric. Shout out to Farming, Epic Flying Mounts. Aren't worth it, but I'm doing it anyway. Yeah, those things are like flying carpets with wings. What's your email? Can't get it right. themurloc@gmail.com. themurloc@gmail.com. That is my email. The rest of Novus, a shout out to them as well from Varnick. A shout out to my Druid, which dinged 41 yesterday. It's from Baffage on Balnazar EU. Before the widespread use of vaccine against measles, what are you on about, you nutters? A shout out to my homeboys at Pound or Hash Rogue, Pew Pew Ba 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 Ba. I am charging your laser. It emo Slanic. That's from Shoe. Shoe is a very frightening thing. A shout out to all the players of Eternal Blood that joined the McTheridan raid yesterday. Good job getting him to 50%. Sorry I couldn't be there, but we'll get him soon. A shout out to my sister for turning 21 years old today, and a shout out to UTB. Good luck in the US. LOL. That is from Kazi. Can have a shout out to me because I only have 2 GCSE exams left. That's from Corrupt Drama and Food Tech for the win, because they are a DOS. I am about done, folks. I'm gonna go die in a corner. I say no Blue Please next week. There will be some kind of tribute / promo / insult show. It'll be awesome. Keep an eye out on the front page on the next few days. My hat will be going for auction, all proceeds going to WOW Radio. I've been Total Biscuit, this has been Blue Please. Thank you for listening, and good night.